fan. I'm not. Show me on the screen. Yo, hey everybody! It's a Crypto Harlem live stream. Let me just wipe this camera. This is Matt, as you already know, Gemini Matt, one of the best hackers in the world, and the founder of Crypto Harlem. Been doing this for 10 years, and I am in the very warm climate of Portugal in Europe. Probably wondering who's that sitting next to you. That is. Introduce yourself, friend.
Ooh,
okay.
I'm Julian. I'm working in the secure messaging space.
So, the secure messaging space, that would be apps like WhatsApp, which is an encrypted app. Some people would call Telegram a secure app. Ooh. Yeah, controversial. That by some people.
Telegram does this.
Yeah, by what? Yeah, when I say some people, I mean people who get paid by Telegram and Pavel Duro. Yeah, so no, yo, Pavel, don't come at me, bro. And he's the founder. And then we have Signal, which is a very popular app. A lot of people use. And Threema, if you are European and you have $4 or €5, Threema is good. And I saw it in a movie recently. Did you know that?
Which one?
There's a movie on Netflix.
Barbie?
No. What's the name of this movie? It's oh man, I forgot. But it's like a spy movie.
Yeah.
And the guy's like using Proton Mail and using Threema. And he's like, you can't do that. They'll track you. You have to use this.
Okay.
And I was like, how do they get that product placement? It's very like, it's not something that any normal filmmaker would put in their movie. So I was like.
Depends. Like there are directors or producers working at movies often who simply like the products and want to have them included.
Yeah.
That's typically the case for these privacy tools.
Yeah. Okay, so look, we in the chat, Dancing with Burritos, one of the users, says special guest episode. Ooh. So say what's up to Dancing with Burritos.
Hey, what? Dances with Burritos?
Yeah.
Hey, sorry.
Yeah, I know.
It's read it the first time.
Did I read that right? Yeah, you did. All right, cool. So how did you get into the secure messenger space? If you
that was quite some years ago, right after university.
And what did you study, if you don't mind me asking?
So I studied a very broad field, like management, communication, and IT. So it's basically these three things
management,
together.
Communication, and IT.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
IT
I was
stuff.
mainly interested in the not management part.
Yes.
The communication and IT stuff.
You're like, can we just have a program called Communications and IT? They're like, nope, you got to throw management in there. Yeah. So you're just like, I'm not listening.
End of the day, it was not that bad.
Yeah.
It was quite okay.
Yeah, worked out.
And so I was doing...
And if your professor's watching, they did a good job.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I did some research there on surveillance mainly.
Yes.
Surveillance. And kind of my thesis was around a comparison of the real world with George Orwell.
Oh, yeah, 1984. How much of that is... So it's interesting because I consider myself an expert on mass surveillance.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So then I really do. You're like, I just stumbled onto this live stream. So how much of it, like how much is the 1984 world? How much of it is George Orwell world?
A good part, for sure.
And is it because people read 1984 and then they're aiming for that? You know, I go back and forth with this like dystopian neuromancer. Like, some people telling me like, yo man, Gibson was like, how did he know? And I was like, actually the people who make the shit just read Gibson and then made it in, like they have no creativity. So they basically were like, we'll call it the internet, but it basically is something from someone's book.
Yeah.
Is that happening?
Could be.
Where all the surveillors are like, actually, well, that's a good way to surveil.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, with lots of innovation happening, especially in the technology space, it always got pushed through military.
That's right. We talk about that all the time here on Crypto Harlem.
Yeah.
About like the number one way to make stuff happen in tech, even the internet that we use every day, is military technology. So the military is pushing it. So you say that it's not the developers who've been reading too much sci-fi, it's the armies.
Could be, but I would even say like it's always with technology that it's created in a way that you can just use it for good and bad.
Yeah.
Like even messengers you could
use for evil
stuff.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, like I always say at Crypto Harlem, I'm teaching literacy, and if you learn to read, you can read comic books all day. You can read, something that helps you find the cure for a major disease. Or you can read how to rob a bank. It's not my business, right? So, but we don't stop reading.
Yeah.
You know? So it's a similar thing. Technology is a double-edged sword. Nuclear power can run a city for pennies, or can turn a city into ashes.
Exactly.
Yeah. So he's like, Julian really likes turn cities into ashes. That's why he's laughing. Okay, let's see what we got in the chat. Hills20 says it's 1:30 and the new starting time for Crypto Harlem live stream, or is it just for today because Matt's in Portugal? Hilts, you should have seen Julian. Wasn't I struggling to get this thing up and running on my phone?
Yep.
See, so it's not the new time. We're lucky this is even happening. This might be a dream, Hilts. It might be a dream. So apologies to you. And by the way, we have a special viewer named Raphael. We want to say hello. Hello, Raphael.
Hey, Raphael.
Yep, back home, watching the stream. Okay, so okay, then it says, is the Monday live stream still taking place or has it been discontinued? The Monday live stream is sadly no longer happening. So just rest in power, Monday live stream. You know, at Twitch, they really try to get you to stream as many days as possible. And they give you like little small incentives for doing that. And they really want me to stream every day. And I would love to stream every day, but things just get in the way. So Monday was a day that Sarah Aoun, as you know, who's actually DJing at behind this wall over here, but we can't show you any of that because it's very hush hush. It's very top secret.
And photo policy.
It's encrypted. There's a zero photo policy. I'm like, oh, live streaming is not a photo. I think it's worse somehow.
That's why we're outside.
That's why we're outside. So we're outside. And where are we, by the way?
In Estoril.
We're in Estoril, which is west of the capital of Lisbon. And we are in Portugal. And we are attending a very special event of people from all around the globe. Where do you hail from? What is your home?
Berlin.
Berlin, which is in Germany, for you who are not geographic experts. And yes, I'm hanging out with my German friend here. And I actually used to work in Germany, not far from the office where Julian used to work.
True.
Yeah.
Yes, actually.
Yeah. Get some free lunch. Yeah. It was like free lunch. It was like every other. It was like Friday. Like I feel like the free lunch schedule was much more rapid, and then it started getting more spread apart.
Yes.
So
yes.
You know, so that's what happened. And
it used to be Tuesday and
lunch,
Friday.
Tuesdays and Fridays. So Tuesdays and Fridays, I was in your office eating free lunch, and I was a big fan of the product anyway. It wasn't just the lunch, but it didn't hurt.
True.
And then I started showing up, and the lunch wasn't there, and I was like, "What is happening?" So just like they started metering it out. That's what happens in startups. So don't fall for that startup lunch stuff. But okay, so you were in school, you were learning about IT, you're learning about communications, 1984, how much of it is real? And then you got kicked out into the real world, burst into this space.
Yeah. And I was basically looking for some internship place.
Yeah.
And thought, why not going somewhere in the field where human rights stuff is happening.
And I know you naturally want to look at me, but every once in a while, just look at them. They're
True.
Right there.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm very new to Twitch live streams.
Yeah, no worries. And I'm obviously new to camera work because it looks like you're always on an angle. Okay, go on.
Yeah, and so I was basically looking for some companies which do some good work there, and that's why I joined the company called Wire, which you might know as a messenger.
This is WIRE, and it's actually my preferred messenger, Wire. You know, so and actually that's how I met Julian. You might probably think that I just met this random German man outside of this building today, but we go back. You know?
Yep.
All right, so continue.
Yeah, and so basically I joined them mainly in the marketing team, but what I really did there in the end of the day was mainly taking over all the community work and simply trying to find projects which can finance this entire thing to run for free for consumers and human rights defenders.
So this whole time, even though he's working at a very corporate company, Julian's always been focused on this thing that you really as a student was focused on, which is like people who are directly impacted, you know, lawyers, journalists, human rights defenders, people who are being surveilled and watched. And well, I couldn't imagine a better hire. So it all worked out.
Seems so.
Yeah. So what's life like there now at Wire?
I don't know.
Wait. Oh yeah, you're not there.
Anymore.
Wow, you're not there anymore. Guess it didn't work out. Okay. So but what are you doing now?
So now I'm basically working with some former other people from Wire as well.
Keep
like,
the band together.
Like-
It's like, like when your favorite band,
mm,
they didn't disband,
yes.
but the lead singer kept on singing that way, and their other bands, they formed like a different band.
Yes.
No hard feelings, just the music has changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we tried solo careers.
Yeah.
Figured out,
It never works out.
didn't work.
It always
Let's
happens.
get together the band in a smaller case again.
Yeah.
Or in a smaller band again.
Yeah.
And so I'm basically back with the former security team from Wire, working on some, again, secure messaging technologies.
Rocking out.
And yeah, I mean, one bigger project which we had last was messaging layer security. I'm not sure if you talked about in the live stream already about it.
What is MLS, also known as messaging layer security?
And yeah, that's a very new standard, like an IETF standard for end-to-end encryption. And yeah, it can be used as a protocol to implement in primarily messaging services. And it's a completely open standard. It went through academic scrutiny, or academic papers were written on the security guarantees and so on. And yeah, pretty much everyone can use it and implement it.
MLS. So a lot of professors and a lot of very smart people got together and they all tried to hate on it. And they were kicking the tires and they were like, okay, let's see. But MLS made it through.
Yes.
It survived the beatdown.
Yes.
Yeah. And also MLS, one of the many things about it that I like is that, just one of the things, is like, like when you're using a cell phone and the more people who use a cell phone tower, the weaker it gets. The more people that use MLS, the better it gets, MLS is just out there, with the tree model,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and
I mean, should we briefly explain what you mean there?
yeah, do you want to? Okay.
So how basically protocols worked in the past is basically when you send one message, you can imagine you have a large group chat of 200 people or so, which nowadays happens from time to time. That meant in previous protocols that you had to encrypt this message on your phone, but not just once, but 200 times for each participant.
So that's not very scalable.
No.
And if any of you maybe use Jitsi, which is some people use for video, it's not end-to-end encrypted. It's actually called hop encryption. And with Jitsi, the larger the groups, the weirder the quality. And that's why people start turning off their video and be like, oh, sorry, it's me. Because the larger it gets, it has to encrypt every message, all streams, and then make that stream into a giant suitcase and then kick it out to every single person. So if it's one person talking to one person, you barely feel that. It's a lot of work, but you barely feel it. But once you start getting a giant group call, even one of like, I would say 50 people, it becomes computationally expensive.
Yes.
And that's not a good thing. Now, here at Crypto Harlem, I always try to keep stuff on a really chill level. But as you know, your boy Matt is very smart, okay? Even Julian, I'm smarter than I look, right?
You do look smart.
See? What a compliment.
And you're smart.
And I'm smart, yeah, okay, see, so there you go. All right, so, and that's how that whole thing works. So MLS is amazing in that it's found a way, almost like how mesh networking has found a way to allow that the bigger the network, the better the delivery, to actually not have to do it that way. And that's groundbreaking. And that's just one of the many amazing things that it does. So if you're a nerd out there and you care about cryptography, encryption, secure messaging, download MLS today. And it's pay what you want, like a Radiohead album, but free for everyone in the normal world. I don't even know how you pay for it. You can send money to Julian. He'll send it back to you.
Exactly.
Okay, so then you ended up at this project working on MLS technology.
Yeah.
It's gotten reviewed by all these academics. The commercial industry, they were part of that. They were like, oh my goodness, this stuff is amazing. Congratulations. Hold on, let me put a sound effect of applause on if I could just figure out where that is hidden. Here's my layout. Nope, I don't want to change my layout. It's so hard to use. Okay, it's audio settings.
Yeah.
Nope, not the audio settings. Oh, I think maybe menu. Yep, there it is. Ooh. Sounds. Clap number 1. We can barely hear that.
You should hear it.
Yeah, they heard it. Here's clap number 2. We can barely hear it, but they can hear it loud. when you watch this stream later, you'll be impressed by the sound effects. There's a gas. So if I was like, uh-oh, so my battery's running low, I actually hit the gas. Yeah, so streaming takes up a lot of power, and that's why you'll need an external battery, which I have. So if you don't mind doing the camera work,
I will do.
Yeah. So why don't you tell your story into the audience?
Yeah.
So now MLS has been officially brought into something. What do you do next?
Yeah. So what we do now is basically we have a standard which is there. It's launched. As the immediate next step, what you always need with standards is that you simply need to put this, like a standard is always basically written in plain English at the end of the day.
Or whatever language you speak.
Or whatever
plain
language.
Speak.
Plain speak. And so what we have done in parallel basically to all this standardization work was to also write an implementation of this standard. So that's called OpenMLS. And that's actually a software library everyone can simply use and integrate into their products and tools. Right, let's plug.
Okay.
And so basically the next steps, so that's basically now where we are right now. Mm-hmm. And the next steps is simply that we build more and more components around this encryption. You can imagine a bit like, we want to build a car.
I played a chair for you. The audience is going insane. Okay, nice. Go ahead. Yeah, okay.
So it's a bit like we are building a car, and we have the engine, it's there, and now we need to build some more seats so we can even sit in. I'm not a super expert in
car building?
Cars.
You sound like you were. I was like, wow. Did you work in...
My expertise ends with the chairs.
Yeah, you weren't building Porsches in Stuttgart? Yes. No, that wasn't you? Okay, cool.
So basically now we built more and more layers around this, so that we at some point also end up with, ideally with some messenger which can also be reused.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
So if you want to mess around with MLS today, what are some products that use it that are downloadable?
In the end of the day, MLS is a technology which you might not notice because it just runs in the background and does all this.
It just works. It does all the hard work for you. Yeah.
But there's one. So if any of you was ever using Cisco WebEx over the last months, that was basically powered by the MLS technology.
So Cisco WebEx.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then other messengers are at the moment also implementing it, like Wire and Matrix announced it officially. And at some point also Google will, they committed to bring MLS to 1 billion users with their Android messages. So at some point you will be able to use Android messages and have this properly encrypted.
That's fascinating and awesome. And how cool, if you're an iPhone user and you send an iPhone message, an iMessage to another iPhone user, you get that encrypted bubble. But if you're an Android user and you send you send a message to another Android user, you just get another Android user. You got your message, and you're both feeling really insecure and jealous of the iPhone user, but not for long. Yeah, so that's going to be really cool. All right, so do you have any questions, audience, for Julian? I've been asking a lot of questions. I know that you're at your keyboard. Dance with Burritos, Hills20, whoever else is on Twitch, I could probably check on another device. Let us know if you have any questions. We are here at an undisclosed location, but we gave it to you, in Portugal, okay? Let me see who else is watching the stream so I can do some stream shout-outs. Always helps to have another phone. By the way, if you are in Portugal and you find a phone that says, please return this phone, and it has a phone number on it and an email, do what it says.
It says.
Yeah, why would you keep it? It's useless. It's already been virtually locked. You can't sell the screen for parts. Maybe it'll keep you warm at night or, things like that. Like use it for heat. I don't know, but it probably makes more sense just do what it says on the screen. And yeah, just a little public service announcement from Crypto Harlem. Okay, very cool. And let's see. I'm going to go to Twitch TV, Crypto Harlem.
Is any of your followers also here?
I would like, you know what? I should be. So this is Julian doesn't realize it. Touched on a sore spot here. So I was going to get a bunch of QR codes printed with our new Crypto Harlem graphics and stuff, but the printer couldn't get them made in time, and that has led to issues where I couldn't bring it because everyone here would love the stream.
Yes.
And look, we recently had some people like, "Hey, I thought you were gonna have a meetup. When's the meetup?" You know. So, what's the most pressing concern with tech right now? Ooh, that's a pretty open question. That's really deep.
We have lots of them, most probably. Like one which is definitely debated a lot at the moment are all this
AI.
AI is definitely one.
Large language models? No.
Yeah, but that's at least something which is more. I would say it has some impact on a longer term if we kind of use it, and even though use it knowingly that it doesn't work properly. Like some governments basically using it to decide who gets unemployment money and things like this.
Oh yeah, bad idea. Don't do that.
But otherwise, I'm thinking, like in general, probably the legal part of tech at the moment is a very vital field. Like we have all these proposals on different continents on banning end-to-end encryption.
That's right.
Even though it is illegal as I know, in every of these countries, it's against the constitution. But still, certain politicians and legal people are pushing forward with this, or trying at least.
Don't let the constitution slow you down.
Yes, most probably. That's their slogan, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Why start now?
Yeah. And I mean, there's also something in the US, like with the Earn It Act. In the EU, there is the chat control.
That's right.
I mean, officially, it's called fighting child sexual material.
Yeah, because they make you sound wild by saying, like, I'm against this act.
Yes.
Which is called fighting. Yeah. You know, like Shazam.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
It's always basically bringing up some topic which sounds like common sense to work against. Like years ago, it used to be
the
terrorism.
Yeah. I'm not trying to get drone strikes here.
Yes. And
easy. Yeah. So, yeah. Like you say that we're fighting bad people who do bad things, and you use that as an excuse to go after encrypted messaging.
Yeah.
I think that Julian has dedicated his entire life to.
Yeah. So at least to basically fight basic human rights, which we all have. Like this is kind of trying to undermine those. And I think that's in general a bad trend, because it also means that we constantly need to put resources on fighting those bad proposals, while we could actually spend our times differently and building some cooler stuff and so on. I think that's one concern which I have at the moment, where we are just spending so much time on basically preventing that end-to-end encryption, and with this basic human rights basically get banned.
So how's that for a pressing concern? That's pressing super hard on all our rights and all our constitutions, no matter where you live. I just wanted to pause and do a little quick roll call and say thank you to Hilts20, who's a community VIP, for joining us today. Thanks, Hilts, for your questions, for your engagement, and just for always supporting. And I know that we have it on different days and different times, and you've managed to, no matter how, even today we started 30 minutes later, you still were there for us. Thank you so much. D Elixir, our moderator that keeps people from saying wild things in the chat, quietly monitoring everything. Appreciate you so much. Thank you, D Elixir. 01 Ella, AOK, Alice Hydra, Dance with Burritos, which has already been mentioned, Drapsnat, J Thing Pencer, and Kata. Thank you for joining the stream today. Let's see. And for me, pressing concerns, again, same thing. It's just like the constant attempt to erode our rights by making it seem like we're fighting something that common sense we all should be against. But in reality, hidden in that law or rule, it's something that hurts us all. Because I love technology, and technology is the coolest thing ever. And it really is heartbreaking when people try to use technology to hurt people, communities, target folks, or just do bad things. So don't let that happen. Okay, well, normally we wrap it around 2, and it's almost 2 in 8 minutes. Let me see, what did you think about the event that you were at today? Positive things only.
Positive, good vibes only.
Yes, good vibes only, as they say on the dating profiles.
No, it was a good event.
Yeah.
Like lots of crazy, amazing people are here, and who built amazing stuff. Like, I don't know. Obviously we should not mention who is here. But
I want to just say thank you so much to. Oh wait, it's redacted and Mr. Redacted, Mrs. Redacted. But there are some amazing technologies here that, if you even care a little bit about privacy, security, hacking, they're all here. Censorship, human rights. Yeah, you know, like, and if they're not here, they wanted to be here. How's that?
Mic drop.
Boom, mic drop, phone drop. So, all right, cool. So listen, we're gonna go back inside and hang out with some of those folks, and we're gonna, I learned about all these amazing tools, but I can't mention. It's very frustrating. And so, but I will tell you more about it as the stream continues, and maybe, because the stream is on the internet, you could join us again from the comfort of your home or office or anything. Yeah,
let's do that.
Yeah, so we'll do that. All right. Happy birthday to you. Okay. I can't tell you who that is, though. Okay. All right. I was like, happy birthday. You don't say their name. It's a live stream. Okay.
But so the viewers know now that
it is someone's birthday.
Someone's birthday.
That is a huge operational security fail. So, yeah. All right, everyone. So before I mess up any more, goodbye. Encrypt, encrypt, encrypt. Stay safe. Anything from you, Julian?
Encrypt your life.
Encrypt your life. And to that special viewer named Raphael who's out there, keep trying, like, just keep doing what you're doing. Appreciate you so much. All right, bye. End the stream.